If you're forever being asked to justify your price, I want you to hear something that might sting a little. You don't have a pricing problem. You've got a positioning problem. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what it is, why it's happening, and the two questions that will fix it. So here's the pattern. You're really, really good at what you do. You know it, your clients know it, results prove it, but somehow you're still stuck justifying your rate in every single proposal. Still losing work to competitors who you know aren't as good as you, and still hearing things like, we went with someone else, they seemed more established. It's a little bit demoralizing, and most business owners respond by doubling down on the one thing they can control, getting better, more qualifications, more case studies, more proof. And it just doesn't work because you're fixing the wrong half of the sale. There are only two reasons anyone buys anything: substance and signal. Substance is what the product actually does, and signal is what buying it says about the person who buys it. So like a black t-shirt is substance. It needs to be breathable, durable, fit well, tick. But premium activewear has to do both jobs: perform at the gym and tell the room something about the wearer, that they're maybe disciplined, that they take their workout seriously, that they belong to a particular tribe. Function makes the product useful, but signaling makes it desirable. And desirability is where most of the margin lives. Warren Williams, the boots generally last decades, so there's real substance there, but nobody pays that price just for stitching alone. A pair of RMs says something specific about the wearer, which is why you'll see them on tradies, graziers, and prime ministers. Same boot, same signal. I'm the real thing. Signal leads, substance supports. Now flip it. The Toyota HiLux built its entire name on being unbreakable, pure substance. But spend 5 minutes on any worksite in this country and you'll see that HiLux has quietly become tribal too. It says something about who you are before you've even said a word. Substance leads and then the signal supports. And then there's Bunnings, range, price, availability. No one is buying a signal at Bunnings, and Bunnings is smart enough not to pretend otherwise. Substance almost entirely. Here's what those three have in common. None of them are confused about which one leads. The clarity is the positioning. Now, back to you. If your whole pitch is quality, performance, experience, and results, you are selling substance only. And substance has a ceiling because it invites comparison. Someone can always match your specs on paper or claim to, and your buyer can't really tell the difference from the outside, which means every proposal turns into a spreadsheet contest. And spreadsheet contests are won on price, unfortunately. That's why you keep getting haggled, not because your price is wrong, but because you've given buyers nothing else to compare against. Now, the interesting thing is buyers who purchase on signal, they rarely haggle. Think about it. When was the last time someone negotiated the price of something they were buying partly to say something about themselves? Now, if you're sitting there thinking, this is all consumer stuff, I run a serious B2B operation. The next bit is for you. B2B buyers signal too. They just signal to a different audience, their boss, their board, their team. When someone shortlists you, you're not only asking, will the supplier perform? They're asking, what does choosing this supplier say about me? And can I defend this decision if it all goes horribly wrong? There's an old line in corporate procurement: nobody ever got fired for buying IBM. That's not a substance decision. That's a safety signal. So when you lose a tender and the feedback is they looked more professional, understand what just happened. Your competitor's brand gave the buyer confidence to defend the decision. Yours made them nervous. You weren't outperformed. You couldn't be because the work hasn't happened yet. You were out-signaled. So here's the fix, and it starts with two questions I ask every business I work with. One, are people buying my brand for performance? Or two, are people buying my brand for what it says about them? And if the honest answer is performance, then your job is proof, demonstrations, guarantees, results, case studies, etc., etc. Make the performance undeniable. But if the answer is signal, your job is definition. You need to decide in writing what choosing your brand says about the person who chooses it. Not what you do, what they become. And if it's both, which it usually is, you need to decide which one leads and which one supports. Quick rule of thumb: if your product or service is visible when it's bought or used, worn, driven, displayed, or named in front of other people in the boardroom, signal leads. If it's consumed privately and measured ruthlessly, substance leads. Here's the takeaway: substance gets you considered, signal will get you chosen. 24 years of doing this work has taught me the most established businesses have spent years perfecting their substance and roughly 0 minutes defining their signal. And then they wonder why they can't differentiate themselves. If that's you, you're not behind, you've just been fixing the visible half of the sale. So this week, just ask yourself these two questions honestly. And if you want help working out what your brand currently signals, why not try a free brand audit that I offer on my website? Links in the bio. Also, I'm putting out content like this every week for established business owners who are good at what they do and sick of being invisible. If you feel like this content's for you, please hit subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.